Welcome back. This is Jack Kleinfelter, Prospects International's professor of sales psychology, coming to you about a blog that is entitled Get Permission, Not Forgiveness. Now, a lot of us have done it the opposite way, especially when we were kids. But consent marketing and permission marketing are one and the same. We must now dive deeper into getting consent because our friends, and I've never understood this, we send a lot of lawyers who are trained to argue to go to Washington, D.C. and get along. I don't know how that's working out for us, but they're trying to protect us from ourselves. They're making it really hard on the local agency and on the do-it-yourselfers by neutering the filters that would allow them to access behavioral or psychographic marketing. And so now we are going back to demographic marketing. Now, for some of us who grew up in that world, we know how to put the algorithms together and the overlays together and the filters together to find the psychographics based upon demographics and those pools. But it makes it a lot more difficult than it needs to be or should be, because it's never made sense to me that showing something that they are probably more likely to be interested in is an invasion of privacy. I mean, I'd rather see stuff that the internet knows that I care about than all kinds of random things. So at any rate, don't send me something about bowling. I'd rather go fishing. The point here, though, is that genteel marketing or decency marketing is what we're talking about, is getting permission to be in someone's life. And I already quoted Seth Godin on one thing, but here's another thing that he says, that it's not bait and switch. It's not a trick. It's a trade. It's an ethical trade. We're getting contact information in the world of lead generation in exchange for something of value to the person. In our situation, it's a list, whether it's a new neighbors list, whether it's a used piano app list or a smart piano app list or a bridge widgets list. People are willing to raise their hands, a percentage of them. Now, does the entire population participate? Heck no. Our average is 4 or 5 times better than the average companies. We get about a 10% conversion rate. People who come to our landing pages turn into a workable lead about 10% of the time. Some markets it's 8 or 9, other markets it's 10 or 12, depending on the level of online piano interest in said market. But it's a very, very valuable pool of people that are willing to say, yeah, I want to see your list. Now, like I said, the next blog is going to be about the value of the list matching, and one size does not fit all, but that's a blog for the next time. What we're talking about today is there's a chapter closing and a new chapter opening. And what we have to do is we have to get permission to be in people's lives so that they consider us their concierge. So that means that you need to make a fair trade and give them something of value so that you can have the right to become their tour guide on the way to the perfect piano for them inside of their budget. So get permission, not forgiveness.